a time for courage setting the stage. The American Revolution, a time of immense change, a time for courage. The 13 American colonies, clinging to the edge of a vast continent, dared to dream of freedom. They yearned for liberty, desired self-governance. This is the story of their struggle, their fight against the mighty British Empire. The colonists, once content under British rule, grew increasingly frustrated. Unfair taxes and restrictive laws fueled their anger. The Stamp Act, the Townshend Acts. Each new injustice pushed them closer to the brink. In the heart of this unrest, a spirit of defiance emerged. Ordinary men and women, farmers and shopkeepers, lawyers and blacksmiths, united in their opposition. The colonies stood on the precipice of revolution, ready to fight for their ideals, their future, their freedom. A brew of defiance, the Boston Tea Party. On a cold December night in 1773, a group of colonists disguised as Native Americans boarded British ships in Boston Harbor. Their target chests of tea, a symbol of British authority. The colonists had gathered in protest of the Tea Act, which granted the East India Company a monopoly on tea sales in the colonies. With determination in their hearts, the colonists hurled the chests of tea overboard. The dark water of the harbor swallowed the tea. It was a symbolic act, a rejection of British rule. The news of the Boston Tea Party spread like wildfire. The British government responded with fury, saw it as an act of rebellion. The intolerable acts, as they were called, only served to further inflame the situation. Echoes of discontent, the road to revolution. Tensions escalated in the aftermath of the Boston Tea Party. The British government, determined to assert its authority, sent troops to occupy Boston. The colonists, equally determined to resist, formed militias and prepared for confrontation. A sense of unease gripped the colonies. Across the Atlantic, voices of support for the colonists emerged. Enlightenment thinkers, inspired by ideals of liberty and self-governance, condemned British actions. In September 1774, representatives from 12 colonies gathered in Philadelphia for the First Continental Congress. This gathering marked a significant step towards colonial unity. The road to revolution was paved with their courage, their conviction, and their unwavering belief in the cause of liberty. The fight begins. Lexington and Concord, April 19, 1775. The day the American Revolution erupted into open conflict. British troops marched on Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts. Their mission to seize colonial military supplies. At dawn, on Lexington Green, a small band of colonial militia faced the advancing British regulars. The shot heard round the world shattered the morning calm. The first shots of the American Revolution had been fired. The fight for independence had begun. The British, harassed by colonial militia during their retreat back to Boston, suffered heavy losses. The battles of Lexington and Concord, though militarily insignificant, held profound symbolic importance. Leading the charge, George Washington and the Continental Army. As the colonies mobilized for war, a leader emerged, George Washington, a man of unwavering integrity, strategic brilliance, and quiet determination. In June 1775, the Second Continental Congress appointed Washington commander-in-chief of the newly formed Continental Army. Tasked with uniting a ragtag force of colonial militias into a disciplined fighting force, Washington faced a daunting challenge. Washington's leadership proved instrumental in transforming the Continental Army into a formidable force. He instilled discipline, fostered unity, and inspired his troops to fight with courage and determination. Washington's unwavering belief in the cause of American independence served as a beacon of hope throughout the long and arduous war. He became a symbol of American resilience, his name synonymous with the fight for freedom. A nation forged in battle, the struggle for independence. The American Revolution raged for 8 long years. It was a grueling test of endurance, courage, and sacrifice. The fledgling nation, facing the might of the British Empire, endured setbacks and celebrated triumphs. From the battlefields of Saratoga to the frozen fields of Valley Forge, American soldiers fought with tenacity. Farmers and shopkeepers, blacksmiths and teachers, all answered the call to arms. The Continental Army, often outnumbered and outgunned, relied on guerrilla tactics and strategic brilliance to outmaneuver the British. They fought for every inch of ground, their determination fueled by the dream of a nation free from tyranny. The The war for American independence was not only fought on the battlefields, it was a war of ideas, of principles, of a people's right to self-governance. A declaration heard around the world, July 4th, 1776. July 4th, 1776. The day the Continental Congress, meeting in Philadelphia, adopted the Declaration of Independence. This momentous document, penned by Thomas Jefferson, proclaimed the birth of a new nation. The Declaration of Independence, a beacon of liberty and equality, declared that all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights. It asserted the right of the American colonies to break free from British rule and govern themselves. The words of the Declaration resonated far beyond the borders of the 13 colonies. It gave voice to the aspirations of people around the world yearning for freedom and self-determination. The Declaration of Independence was more than just a document. It was a promise of liberty and justice for all. The price of freedom, legacy, and remembrance. Victory for the American colonies came in 1783 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. The British, after years of costly conflict, recognized the independence of the United States of America. A new nation, founded on the principles of liberty, equality, and self-governance, emerged on the world stage. The American Revolution, though a triumph for the cause of freedom, came at a great cost. Thousands of soldiers and civilians perished in the struggle. Families were torn apart, homes and livelihoods destroyed. The sacrifices made during those tumultuous years served as a constant reminder of the price of liberty. The legacy of the American Revolution extends far beyond the borders of the United States. It inspired movements for independence and self-determination around the globe. The enduring spirit, a legacy of liberty. The American flag, a symbol of the nation born from revolution, embodies the spirit of the American Revolution. The 13 stripes representing the 13 original colonies symbolize unity and perseverance. The 50 stars representing the 50 states embody the growth and evolution of the nation. The red of the flag symbolizes courage and valor, a tribute to the sacrifices made by those who fought for American independence. The white symbolizes purity and innocence, reflecting the ideals of liberty and justice upon which the nation was founded. The blue symbolizes vigilance, perseverance, and justice, a reminder of the constant need to safeguard the hard-won freedom secured by the Revolution. The spirit of 1776, the spirit of defiance, courage, and determination, continues to inspire Americans today. It is a spirit that calls for civic engagement, for active participation in the democratic process, for a commitment to upholding the ideals of liberty and justice for all.